Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting. So what I wanted to talk to you today about was your CRM and pipeline management, or those aspects of the software. So what comprises the CRM and pipeline management aspects of the software? So first is the opportunities tab. This is the visual representation of your pipeline with the data in it. So with all of your leads, and you can put in all your information in here. You're able to move leads from one stage to another as you're working through. So this is sort of like your workable pipeline, in terms of this is where you sit down and you can run through all your calls or your activities, where you can see where is everyone, what are we doing, what are we looking to achieve today. So it's really good in terms of performance when you're looking to increase your performance and you're looking to see what small actions can I do today to move people forward. The second aspect of the CRM is the contacts. This is where all the leads are kept. So this is where we can make our lists. This is where our database is. And this is where we can do some cool things, like we can do our email, text marketing. So if we wanted to write a short email and say, hey guys, for example, I'll show you. So if we wanted to send an email and just say like, we can set out the template, so we can choose a template for an email that we've already done up. We're able to put in the name of who it's from, the email address, the subject. Then we're able to write a quick little email. We can either have it sent all at once, scheduled to send at a specific time, or we can have it send in drip, where it sends out 5 or 10 or whatever it may be. So the really cool thing about the contacts tab is that's where we can do all of our movement and association, or the back end of our pipeline, which is really cool. And then the next stage is the conversations tab. So the conversations tab is where all of our communication lie with our clients. So what we're able to do is we're able to see outbound calls that have been made. We're able to see any previous emails that may have been sent. We're able to see text messages and things like that. So it gives us a good representation of what communication or what touch points have been engaged with this client, or what processes are we running. And we're able to do all our easy to do. So like, for example, with utilizing the virtual number, what you're able to do is you're able to project a number from the system to your mobile phone. And what it does is it will put a contact in there, an unknown contact. So like, for example, it'll just bring up the number. And what we're able to do from there is we're able to add in email address, we're able to add in like the name and things like that. And then we're able to create either an opportunity or to book another meeting from it. So it's really good in the context of if you're getting like text backs, or you're getting, calls from marketing campaigns, or you're getting messages from your socials or anything like that. We're able to create easily create an opportunity to move that from being a conversation to a new lead, and then through that put them through our sales process by booking an appointment. So it's just easy for you to, on the go, create and book appointments, and create and book in opportunities, which is a really good thing in the terms of if you're out door knocking, if you're at an event, if you're at a networking gig, if you're out seeing clients and something happens, like they say, hey, I got a mate who might be interested in your product, you're able to say, cool, I'll chuck him into my system and I'll organize to have him called. And you can do that within 5-10 minutes, which is really awesome because it gives you the flexibility to be able to take advantage of opportunities at a moment's notice, rather than you having to take down his number and then wait until you get into a place. You're able to take down his number, add him into your system, send him a quick text message. Hey, I was with John. He mentioned, you've got X problem. You might be interested in looking at it. Look, this is what I do. This is how I help people. And yeah, John just suggested that I contact you and let's have a chat. Alrighty. So the next aspect that makes up the CRM is, how do we get paid for what we do? So what we need to do is, at the end of our sales process, we need to have a product for them to buy, or we need to have a service for them to buy. So what we're able to do is we're able to just create up a new invoice or a recurring, depending on what you do. We're able to check out all our orders. So we're able to have products listed on our website that people can purchase. We're able to have subscriptions. If that's a model that suits your business, subscriptions is a very good thing, because what we're able to do is we're able to get someone basically used to paying a small amount for the benefit of getting a discount or getting additional benefits from our business, which increases the likelihood of repeat business because there's value for them doing business with you. We're able to see all our transactions. We're able to curate our products. We can do any coupons. If you use Xero or if you use MyOb or things like that, we're able to integrate them so that we can basically have it doing our books for tax recording and all of that. That just makes life so much more easier than if we were to, have one software that we sell our products through, and then we've got to take the data from there, and then we've got to manually put it into our tax software or our auditing software, and then we've got to send that off to our tax broker, or not tax broker, our tax accountant or our accountant, to get them to resolve it. And what that does is that's so much manual handling and double handling that what'll happen is it becomes expensive if you try to have other people do it. So this just makes it streamlined to where you can have everything go straight over to MyOb or Xero, and then bang, from there to your tax account. Makes life easier, and all your tax accountant's got to do is get the Xero or the MyOb data, and then he just goes through and inputs it on his software. So it's just making it simpler and easier to run your business, because you don't have to remember multiple different logins. You don't have to take data from one point and figure out how to get it to another point. All right. So that's a really good aspect of it. Now, what I wanted to talk about is how do they all link up to give us the most streamlined approach to closing. So, for example, what we want to do is we want to curate a process of new client in through marketing, through advertising, and then what is the information, or what are the events that have to happen for the client to end at saying, yes, I love your product, I love your service, I love what you do, I want to be a part of it. So what we're able to do is we're able to streamline our marketing in terms of getting our message out to attract people. From that, what we're able to do is we're able to have our pipelines, which are, the stages of our sales process. So we've got our marketing funnel, which is, our advertising, our content, our direct marketing and things like that, like getting people to go to our website, getting people to go to our socials page, getting people to go to our stores, getting people to contact our business. So that's our marketing funnel. Once they contact us, they now fall into the sales funnel. of now we want to qualify them. No, who are you? What are your needs? What are your current problems? Does the product or service solve your need or problem? Are you going to benefit from it? Is this affordable? And we go through, and as we bring them through our sales funnel, we want to get them to the point to where we're talking to people who know, like, and trust us, know our product. They understand the benefits of the product or service and how it will directly impact and benefit them. And they have pain and they want to take action to resolve it immediately. And that's the culmination of them purchasing. So what we're able to do is we're able to utilize, because we're not going from multiple different systems, okay, and we're not having to send data from Facebook to Zapier to come into HubSpot, you know what I mean? So we're able to streamline it from either Facebook or any socials channel, our website or something like that, and we're able to have them drop straight into our first part of our workflow. So what we're able to do is, if we're using warm marketing, so we're getting people to self-identify and all of that, we're able to start this process by curating the responses and the reactions that they're going to get and feel. So what we want to do is we want to curate so that they've gone through this streamless marketing process of getting valuable information, that's directed at solving their problems, with a specific language, with a certain feel, with a certain attractiveness or magnetism that the presenter or the marketing gave them. And what we want to do is we want to double down, and now we want to give them an even better experience. So they've had an amazing experience to get them in here. And now we're really cementing it in the first instant. We're really cementing an amazing experience we could send them a text message that has a link to a blog or something that's highly valuable. And we know that majority of people at the start of the process, this is their number one concern or worry. And we just bang straight on the dot. They come in and they're presented with information that's valuable and that is actionable and that solves their first worry. And we solve their first worry in the first few engagements. And then what we're able to do is, throughout the process, we're able to strategically have these sections of our sales process where we automatically have specific information or vital information for that stage go out to them, so that their consumer is always getting an amazing experience. They're always getting the valuable information they need at the moment they need it. Now, they may not take action or be ready, but in their experience, we're living up to our end. We're giving them, what we promised we would deliver in our marketing. So all we're doing is, with that process, we're just trying to find out what is the information they need, what are their concerns, how can we overcome their concerns with, information. So with either stories from other people who have been through similar things, through strategies, through different approaches, through different tools, so that they're able to, one, analyze or set up their own strategies that are highly customized. And then throughout the process, as we get them further down the line and we start to, depending on how long your sales process is and how large of a ticket your item is or your service is, will depend on how valuable that information needs to be, but also how accurate, how laser focused to the specific issue. Because if you're selling a property for $500,000, okay, and their concern is, I don't know if the neighborhood is going to go up or down in value in 5 years. Okay, I don't know if it's going to go down in value because of a lot of rough people are going to move here, or bad things may happen in the area, or drugs or crime or this or that. Okay, so if that's their concern, and you don't, in the final like aspect of them looking to purchase, so they know they want the house, they know they like the area, but they're really concerned because, you know, there has been some incidents around. You've got to get laser focused with specific valuable information around, well, what are the cops doing in the area? You know, what is it, what is growth looking like, what are trends looking like in terms of where people are moving, you know, gentrification and things like that. That's one way you can overcome that, is by saying, well, look, the area is not the best at the moment, but in those next 5 years, we are seeing a trend of a lot different kind of a buyer coming in and moving into this area. And what we're seeing is we're seeing a shift in the socioeconomical background of the residents living here. And what that's able to do is that's able to overcome that fear of, is it going good or is it going bad in the future? And what we're able to do is then on top of that, we're able to add more information in terms of, you know, the police's response to crime in the region, you know, development, so civil development, and the way that they're structuring the city. Is there valuable amenities going to be put near there? Is there transportation going to be put near there? Is there shopping, work, things like that? And what we're able to do is in this argument, okay, so their concern is, will it go up in 5 years or will it go, you know, bad in 5 years? So what we're able to do is we're able to create an argument that's 5 levels deep. Okay, and what that's able to do is that's able to, one, overcome their initial problem, but it's able to reinforce, well, this is the steps or the strategies that are currently being taken by other individuals to ensure your property will go up in value. Now, they're not doing it directly to increase your property value, but they're doing it to increase the value of the community. All right. So, you know, just something like that is a vital thing, because what it'll do for you is it increases your conversion rate. It'll lower your drop-off rate, because they're not concerned that this isn't the right house for me. They're concerned, are outside factors going to affect this decision or my life more or less because of it? But they'll never tell you that, because like, people are, it's easier for them to tell you that, I don't think this property will be valuable in a couple of years. I don't know if this is the right property for me. So what you got to do is you got to get through the bullshit or the BS that they're saying, in terms of, they're telling you they have a real concern, but they're just misleading you in the way that they don't want to tell you the real concern, because the real concern is, you know, if you can overcome that or manipulate that, you know, and lie, you're able to manipulate them. So a lot of people guard their own truths. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to run through really quickly the final area of sort of the CRM and pipeline management process, and that's templating. So that's creating from your best text messages and your best emails, you know, when you're in the flow. What we're able to do is copy paste that, add in some, alrighty. So what we're able to do is we're able to add in some custom values. So this is computer coding right here. This part here, contact.first_name, is computer coding for the software to go into the opportunities of this contact, find the contact's first name, pull that out and put that in there. So what we're able to do is we're able to make a highly customizable email but we don't have to every time customize it, because we can use set information that we've collected, okay, and we're able to just project that onto text and emails. So the best part about that is the better we are at the front end of getting data, of getting valuable information, and really understanding that buyer or that client, what we're able to do is, in our text messages, in our email messages, in our marketing, we're able to make it highly personalized because we have more core data of them. All right. And what we're also able to do is we're able to make our email, okay, whatever it may be, we're able to have the correct information in there. So for example, in property, maybe you want to send through more information on the suburb you're in, maybe a little info pack about what's happening in the suburb, where's development going, and all of that. We're able to have that attached to this email and have like a nice small or short email that is, to the point, but also get someone sort of excited, and then they read that information. And what we're able to do is, when we're calling people, hey, I just wanted to call up and have a chat. Are you looking to purchase in this area? Because what I want to do is, if you are looking to purchase in this city, I want to give you a breakdown of different suburbs or different areas and what's happening in them. And we're able to then use an email as a lead magnet, or the information that we produce for the email as a lead magnet to get people in to have conversations. So that's one of the cool things. But the other thing is we can template up for suburb, city, state, industry, whatever it may be, and we can have specific responses for specific situations or specific circumstances. Because if someone's in Queensland and if someone's in WA, the way they operate and the way they go about business and the way they communicate will be slightly different. So we want to have hyper targeted content or information so that it's highly relevant, okay, and versatile. So that we've got one thing for WA, we've got another approach for Queensland, and when we talk to people in Queensland, we don't send them information that we send to the WA people. We acclimatize it and we bring it over, and we get the language and the slang and all of that down pat, and the different cultural or geographic shared commonalities that they have. And usually that's around language. Usually it's around like culture or ways of thinking. Yeah. So that's one of the cool things and really interesting things about templates is we can either have our emails set and automated, or we can have them, 80% set, where we put in 20% customizable to the same to that client. And basically what we're doing is we're taking 80% of the workload out, and all we have to do for every client is just 20% work, or we can have it automated. Now, the difference between the two is, with the automated one, we have to have quite specific and general information, because it's just happening. So what we can do to counteract that is we can update it regularly and make sure it's relevant, and make sure it's the most effective communication that we've done. And then on the flip side, with the templated version, what we're able to do is we're able to customize our emails every time we send them out. So this might take you 5-10 minutes to write a quick, one paragraph to customize out your email, just on like, hey, we spoke about this. This was your main concern. Here's some of the things that solve it. This is why I really think we work well together, and all of that. And then you can have your generalized information underneath it. So the better part about doing the templates and doing that extra 20% work is it's quite easy to do, but you're getting into the habit, you're training, you're doing the workout, you're getting good at writing small, short, creative, personalized messages. So the values of doing it yourself is you develop and you become better and you become quicker at it, more efficient and more creative. The downside is you have a limited response. It takes energy. So it's good to have a mixture between having automated messages and having easy to customize messages that you manually send out, because it's a way that you can really, if there's something that you feel connected with that client on, you're able to get that across to them. So, if you share a connection over sports, you're able to add that in. Whereas with an automated message, you don't know the majority of people like sports. So you're not going to have a very sport, because you don't want to segment out your population or your database. So we want to have it to where when we automate things, we're automating them to hit 80% of the people. And when we do templates, what we want to do is we want to look to hit around 95% of the people. So we want to look to find ways that we can personalize it to increase the impact and increase the connection and them believing or feeling, that this is just a person like me. This is someone that is relatable. This is someone that is trustworthy. This is someone that I believe when they say what they say, that they are going to do it. So that's what doing the customizable one is that I'm able to then put personal information that I believe is important to you into that message to increase our rapport, our connection. Because if I'm just sending a general email over, even if you really like me, you're going to look at it and you're just going to be like, it's general information. Whereas if I send a highly personalized email over where I talk about things, passions or interests and things like that, that is going to create, well, this person gets me. Not many people talk to me like that. Like this is a unique connection. And if I'm always giving valuable information to you to solve the problems you want to solve, like it multiplies and compounds to the nth degree. So that's the value of being able to create highly personalized email marketing. But what it requires is highly structured, like data taking, like, are we asking the right questions? Are we looking to get the right information to build a connection with our audience, to build rapport with our clients, to build, a level of shared camaraderie? And if we're not doing that, then the downside is that our marketing and our sales process will be disassociated from our audience. So they may love the product and they may want to buy, but they'll be less incentivized to read the information, to really understand it, to listen to what you're saying. And that's one of the things in business is business owners and, entrepreneurs and all of that. Like, we all have something that we're highly passionate about. And the whole goal of the business is to communicate that with the world and share it with the world. But the problem is when we focus on the financials, or we focus on selling a product for money and selling a service for money, and we're deeming it, what we do in that circumstance is we look to optimize the money. So we look to optimize our performance, our abilities, so that we can sell at a much higher level, or a higher amount. And the downside to that is when you put the value on your product or service and you say it's worth this amount, people are going to start calculating what is that, like what is the opportunity cost? What's the opportunity cost? What's happening? What am I giving up for this? What am I having to do for this? Okay, so the downside is that I'm now, instead of looking at your product or service for what it is and the value it gives and how it's going to improve my life, I am now looking in a state of, if this is $500, I've got to work 20 to 30 hours. What is all the negative things that are going to happen in those 20 to 30 hours? What am I going to have to sacrifice in the future if this is more like outside my scope of or my ability, you know? So if this is an expense outside of my budget or what I've allocated in my budget to operate, now I have to dip into future assets or future earnings to pay it. So that's what a lot of people are doing in their mind. Okay. And the downside to that is now we're not in a state where we're focused on the problem or we're focused on the product or the service. Now we're focused on, what does it cost me? Okay. So when we're focused on what does it cost me, we're in a negative, disempowered state. So the opportunities don't look as good. The benefits don't look as good. So the goal isn't to get your client in a disempowered state. The goal is to have, to have a process that solves the problem for them. And then the price is the price. The price is indicative of the benefits you get, not indicative of what I want to make or what I believe it's worth, because I believe my time is worth X, or I believe my knowledge is worth X, or I believe the results are worth this. And the downside is a lot of businesses these days create products and then put an arbitrary number next to it for the price. And if you ask them why it's that price, it's because they've calculated that's the price of the product they want to sell to get them to a certain financial goal. And that doesn't really inspire you that the product that they're offering or the product that they're selling is valuable. Because if it was, if it was so valuable to them, like, why would they be determining what it's worth? So that's just one thing around my viewpoint on especially putting prices to services and products, is you want it to be reflective of the benefits that the client will gain and the problems that it will solve, and not indicative of your operating costs. Because just because you want to have an office in a penthouse office in a big building, doesn't really mean that your services are more valuable than someone else's. Like, performance is the only thing that matters. Output, like results. Just because you're successful in the terms that you've got a penthouse office space and you're a lawyer, if you're not highly effective, okay, and highly versatile and highly nimble at being able to perform and deliver regardless of the environments that you're in, then it's great that you charge $1,500 an hour, but why wouldn't I just go to someone who is more realistic with their prices and who has some sort of guarantee or something like that? So, like, just because you can charge a lot of money doesn't mean you should, because the purpose of business, or the purpose of, doing something, of expressing yourself, of sharing it with other people, isn't money. Because why would you do it if it was only money? It's the feelings, it's the emotions, it's the chemical responses. You can't eat money. Money Money won't shift your mentality in the sense that, like, you can't ingest money and then it change your chemical compound, so you can utilize money as a resource. You can utilize it for many things in life, but you can't, like, it physically doesn't do anything for you. Like, it is just numbers on a screen. It is just, paper in your hand. But it's what does that paper mean? What can I do with it? It's like air and water. Air and water are the most valuable resources, because without either, you die. Without either, you have a very limited time to survive. So the thing is if there's no air, what is the use of money? How are you going to breathe without air, even though you've got money? How are you going to survive and have your body operate or function without water? Your brain would overheat. You would become dehydrated. You would die. The thing is money is useful. It has value, but money isn't the outcome. Money's not the purpose. The purpose is to connect with people. The purpose is to share, to do something that shifts your internal chemical balance so that your brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, whatever the chemical you want is. Like, that's more valuable in life than money. Because while money can get you a car, money can get you a fancy house or something like that, it can't shift your perception of reality. It can't shift your mind. Like, your mind shifts it. Your understanding of money shifts your views on money. Your understanding of and comprehension of freedom, and the freedom associated with money, and the ability to live limitlessly with money. That's what people are addicted to with money. Is it's not like money is not important. It's what can you do with it? What can you what does it give you in life? And the only things money can give you is comfort, because outside of comfort, what else is there? The comfort of having a bigger car, going to better clubs, going to nicer restaurants, going on nicer holidays. At the end of the day, like, we all eat the same food. We all drink the same sort of water. We all breathe the same air. Like, the things we need to survive in life and live, they're not really anything. We don't really need anything for them. They're just here. So, like, the shift is, how do you lose that focus on money? How do you lose the focus on, if I create a product, if I create a service, I have to make X amount of money so that my time is X amount valuable, so that I am this, like, X amount of a person and I can live X amount of a lifestyle. Like, that's the wrong way to think, especially in business, because business is, you're creating something to give to people, to share, to connect. People don't want to just buy products. They don't want to just buy services. Like, they want to be connected with others. They want to share and connect. So that's why everyone jumps on trends, and that's why you'll have leading influencers that set fashion trends. And it doesn't matter if it's the best shoes or the best clothes or anything like that. If they choose a shitty company and a shitty product, people don't care. People will wear shitty clothes. Like, they don't care. It's all about connecting and being a part of something with others. So that's one thing to remember in your business, is how do you connect one with other people, and how do you make them a part of what you do and bring them in? And that's one of the really awesome things by being able to curate an amazing consumer experience through really understanding your CRM and pipeline management, to give people a seamless experience, to give people, this amazing perception of you or your company, to give them the ability to communicate, to give them the ability to purchase products, to give them the ability to, be a part of what you do, to share in your glory or your, not so much glory, but to share in your success. Like, that's what people want. And that's the problem, is when we don't understand this and we don't remember this and we just look at making the best product for the most amount of money, we forget this and we distance our buyers from us. We separate ourselves from them. And then we don't understand our buyers. So the key is, how can we remain with our one purpose? What is it we want to do with the business? What is it we want to ensure our consumer feels? And that's our focus. And that's how we succeed in business. And that's what we measure success against. And if we can do that, we make it. All right. Cheers, guys. Bye.